Thank you so much for watching the show. Today we have an awesome power-packed show for you. We have our Inspiration to Impact, where I want you to be inspired by the stories that you hear so that you can use them to impact your life. And then I will do our Speak into Your Life so that God can speak through me to speak to you. And then we'll end with our community resources, where we will have some resources that you don't want to miss. And so first of all, I want to introduce my first guest, Mr. Jarrell Marktovis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
First time I met Jarrell, he gave me a card in the grocery store, and I went, why is he giving me this card? Are you trying to tell me something? But no, it's just part of his personality. He's very friendly. He's very outgoing as far as what he does, and you're going to hear more about that. But let me tell you a little bit about the person, the purpose, and the passion of this man. He is a man of conviction and strength, whose vision is to lead people to an optimal level of health. His purpose is to, and he intends to share his lessons that he's learned through his challenges and wisdom gained through his business, The Body Matrix. And his passion is truly helping others to obtain physical and mental results that they seek. And I know from experience that he is a man of his word, and he is a great fitness trainer. And so he's so much more than that. So I can't tell the story like he can tell it. So welcome again, Mr. Jarrell Marktovis.
Thank you.
I had to get that out because I wanted people to have a little bit more background about you, but even that doesn't really even do you justice for everything that makes up Jarrell. So how did you end up getting into fitness?
Well, the way I got into fitness was my father was a Marine. He's a Marine, so very much so in shape and conditioned and somewhat routine.
Yes.
And so he kind of got me into the fitness industry just by getting out, doing a little bit of exercise with him. And it was also for discipline as well.
Okay.
And then I think another thing was in school, I was very competitive and athletic. And in the beginning, I wasn't always that way. So I realized I needed to kind of do a little bit more training and put on some size because I was always small.
Okay.
So my father said, "Hey, well, you need to pump some iron." I said, "What's pumping iron?" You know, didn't know back then. You know that. You know, who knows what a kid's mind thinking pumping iron. You know, so I said, "Oh no, lifting weights." Okay. So you know, I got into it that way.
Okay, good. And from there, you started sort of. It was before you started building your business. You were actually doing some other fitness things in between. Right. But then it led you to start the Body Matrix.
Right.
And that's Body Matrix with 2 X's.
With 2 X's. That is.
Okay. And so at the Body Matrix, what are some of the things that you're doing now to empower your clients?
So now what we do to empower clients is, of course, we get a lot of people come in and they want to address some weight issues and also some health issues and things of that nature. So what we try to encourage them to do is to eat a healthy diet. That's going to definitely be first because you absolutely are what you eat. Yes. You know, so that's the reason why we're overweight. We don't eat the right things. We're taking in too much. So then we also come up with a weight routine regimen for them, exercise regimen. Okay. Something that's conducive to them and what they can do. Okay. Because one size does not fit all with fitness. Yeah. Exactly. So that's what
I'm sure that you see that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. And let's talk a little bit about, you know, people, a lot of times they have lost that motivation. Do you see a lot of people that come in where they feel like they've lost the motivation, like they want to get in shape, but, you know, where do I start?
Okay, to answer your question, short version, yes, all the time. They have certainly lost their way a lot. What happens, of course, for some reason, people wait until, you know, disaster strikes most of the time.
And they're waiting for you to do that miracle.
They are waiting for me to do that miracle. They are. So, but I do tell them, hey, there is no magic pill here. You're going to have to come. You're going to have to come with your mind and heart ready for this. Okay. You know, the truth is this. Listen, if you are wanting to lose weight or gain some type of optimal level of fitness or health, okay, you're going to have to want it. You're going to have to put the work in. If you're not ready for it, I tell them, hey, you know, why don't you go back and revisit it a little later? The last thing you want to do is to start on something like this and kind of stop in the middle. You build up all types of lean mass and things of that nature, and then you start to kind of lose it and digress, and it's a little harder each time you keep coming back. Put on a little bit more here and there. Muscle weighs a little more than fat, so when you build that lean mass and you walk away from it, you can tend to kind of weigh a little more, and it's a little harder each time.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I love about you is because not only do people get the fitness side, but they get that coaching side too. And I always tell you that you know, you're not there just to make the buck or just to get somebody in your program, but you're also trying to help them to have better health. Right. And that's really important. So what are some of the things you feel like that separates your gym from the typical gym? So the fitness training or personal from the gym?
Right. Well, the relationship, so it's very personal. And my fitness center, we are like a family there. Yeah. So you take a lot of the commercial edge out. You know, nobody's a number. We know everyone by first name, last name. We know their families and history and things like that. And the thing about me is I try to make people very comfortable. I laugh a lot and joke and play. You know that. I mean, I do.
And then he'll make you get back to work.
Right, that's right. Laugh and work, you know. So
it's hard to do that when you're laughing.
That's right. So I'm not your typical trainer as far as, get down, give me 50 more, let's go. What are you smiling at? Stop looking, don't eyeball me. So we don't do that there.
Yeah.
So.
But he will say that and then make you laugh, and it's hard to do a crunch, okay, when you're laughing.
So that is true.
Yes.
But I've found that if you make people feel a little comfortable and laugh and play with them, and you know, personal, they'll put out a little bit more. They'll produce more because their comfort level goes up.
That's so true. That's so true. And I know from firsthand experience, again, that the Body Matrix is not just another gym, you know, where you are a number, you go in and you come out, you have to, your exercise.
Not your run-of-the-mill.
But Jarrell is going to make sure you work 150%
that I will.
Before you leave. And if you want results, then this is the kind of trainer you should be looking for, someone who's not just involved in your health, but also in your life. So he's not going anywhere. He'll be back. Welcome back. It's now time for me to speak into your life. Do you ever feel weak, tired, fatigued? Well, it's time for me, the doctor, to give you a checkup because it's time to get fit for life. Today's topic is get fit for life. There's some things that I want to tell you today. First of all, the first thing, number one, is mind fit. I need you all to get your mind right. I talked to you all of last month about some things that I wanted you to do to stay on track. I talked about how the world, there's a lot of things going on. And just because your friends are going out every night for drinks does not mean that you need to go out every night for drinks. Get your mind right. Think on those things that are good. Think on those things that are positive so that you can be focused on what it is that you want to do. The second thing is I want you to get physically fit. I have a couple of tips that I want to share throughout my journey that I always share with folks, but I wanted to make sure I get them on the TV show. One of the first things that I found that was really important is nutrition education. Earlier, you heard my friend talk about sort of how important portion control is. It is so important. Sometimes you have to get a whole new plate set. Sometimes it needs to be much smaller than the one that you're typically used to using. And so I learned from my nutritionist and from nutrition education that what I eat and how much I eat is so important. Those are things I want you to get your body right. When your body feels good, you feel good. So I want you to focus on eating more veggies, eating a little bit healthier, doing things where you're thinking on a healthier side. When you actually are feeding your body what you need to feed it, it will actually treat you well. It will do right by you. And so I want you to focus on those things. The last thing I want to talk about in this is psychological retraining, which is the biggest thing, especially for women. I need you to understand that I had to do some psychological retraining. That I didn't need to eat everything that was on my plate. I know your parents told you, you better eat everything on your plate or else, but you're an adult now, don't eat everything on your plate, okay? Don't worry about the starving kids in Africa. I know that's a bad thing to say, but while they're still thin, you're getting bigger. I need you to understand that if you want to help, send a donation. Don't eat all the food on your plate. Do some psychological retraining so that you're not doing the things that keep you sort of in that same body or in that same weight. There's nothing wrong with where you are, whatever weight you are. Be happy, but you need to make sure that you're happy and healthy. The next thing I want to talk to you about is getting spiritually fit, okay? Recently, I was listening to this pastor, and he was talking about some things, and I said, I'm going to share that with our viewing audience. And I want you to think about this. He talked about sometimes you need to get up and sit on the side of your bed. Don't do anything. Stay right there and just listen to God. Stay right there. Get up, go in your living room, and sit in your favorite chair. Don't turn the TV on. Don't turn the radio on. No distractions. Sit there and talk to God. Go to your kitchen table. Sit there. Don't get any cereal. Don't get any food. Don't go to the refrigerator. Don't go to the stove. Don't talk to nobody except God. Sometimes you need to go get in your car. Don't turn the radio on. Don't even turn the engine on. You just need to sit and be still and let Him talk to you. You need to get spiritually fit. We have bombarded by so many things in our world. Do you have your mind right? Do you have your body right? Spiritually, are you fit? I need you to get fit for life. I need you to focus on the things that you have going on in your mind and your body and in your life. It's time for us to get fit for life. It's now time for our community resources. We've been talking today to Mr. Jarrell Marktovis from the Body Matrix in Virginia Beach, Virginia. A couple of things I want you to also know about Mr. Marktovis is that he offers several different types of services. He works with corporations, has worked with corporate leaders, changed their lives as far as health is concerned. He also does personal training. He's worked with families. He has an early childhood fitness program. Also, he does these awesome boot camp trainings. And again, he's in Virginia Beach. He also will go over to Mount Trashmore. So if you see him like running down like, what is that, Holland Road or somewhere, just beep him, okay? But welcome back to the show, Mr. Jarrell Marktovis. So some awesome things that you've been doing. And I just want to applaud you again for your service. You've been in business for a while.
Yes, 9 years.
9 years. That's
Yes.
a long time.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And fitness is not easy for us. You know, it's something that people want to do, but they don't want to do.
Right.
Okay. But you have a way of pulling people in and again, making them feel comfortable, like you said before. What is something that you would want people to know as far as like, you know, the people who are a little afraid? You know, they see you, you're all fit and, you know, ready to go. And they're like, you know, they feel like they almost have to be perfect.
Right. So I ask them what's important to them. Most of the time it's family.
Okay.
So let's start there.
Okay.
So we want to be around to be able to engage with them and go to functions and
Yes.
all of these things. People like to do busch gardens or
Yes.
wherever, and you know, not having all of the energy to get around the park a lot. That was a few things that people had issues with wanting to be able to do that. So I just try to remind them of why we're here in the first place.
Okay.
And where we want to be 5 years from today. You know, consider where you are right now.
Exactly. Exactly. And I do hear that a lot. People, I love that you brought in that personal piece, you know, doing the daily stuff, running around with my kids, being able to just, even in losing weight myself, being able to squat down and pick up something, being able to run up the steps or down the steps, little stuff that you take for granted as you gain weight that you're not able to do. I remember this one friend of ours, we were at like Busch Gardens or Kings Dominion, one of them, and my husband, who's smaller, was trying to pull down the thing, and it's not funny, but he was pulling it, but it wouldn't go down because of our friend who had a little bit too much tummy, and he couldn't say anything because my husband was hitting him in the tummy. So, but after that, he was like, man, I need to lose weight. And so it's stuff that you don't even notice, but it will change your everyday life, you know, and I think people are always looking at the 20-pound, 30-pound goal, but for me, it's the everyday stuff.
Right.
That really matters.
Being functional.
So you also have some other things going on. You have some other products. You have some supplements. Let's talk about that for just a second.
Okay, so for energy, because that's certainly a great big problem.
It is.
So we have an energy enhanced formula.
Okay.
Body Matrix by Jarrell has put our own formula out.
Nice.
And so it's really good. It consists of a lot of B vitamins in there and just a smidgen of caffeine, no more than what you would get in a cup of coffee.
Wonderful.
But it's all natural products that we use and very effective.
Okay. Body Matrix by Jarrell.
And then we also have a fat burner.
Okay.
It contains Garcinia cambogia,
Okay.
800 milligrams of that. So
Okay.
it's a healthy serving in that. That product it works wonders on abdominal fat specifically. So we also have that.
Okay. And ladies, gentlemen too, there's you can't just work on your tummy alone. I learned that from Jarrell. You know, you got to work on all the whole body.
The whole gamut of it. That's right.
But there is some assistance.
No
so
body part left behind.
no body part left behind. I like that. So Jarrell also is going to do a quick demonstration of a couple of exercises that you can do at home. So no more excuses. These are some things that you can do using your own body weight. So we're going to pause for a second, and Jarrell's going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do starting to change your life now.
So one of the first exercises that we're going to start off with for a little cardio, a little warming up, a little leg work, it's going to be your lunge. So this exercise is great because it stimulates the heart a lot faster, cardio. So what we'll do, we'll put our hands together. I like to do this one here. It kind of helps to balance you. And I'm going to step out, and I'm going to lunge here. The important thing to remember when you're in this position to not have the knee extend over the toe. So many of us want to do this. I'm surprised they'll come in there and do that, and you can see how this would be an issue for your kneecaps, extending the kneecaps over the toes. So we like to keep our back straight, chest forward, and we're going to step out using the hands. If you want to keep your hands on your waist, you can do that as well. And one more. So that's your lunge. All right?
Thank you.
And so there's another one I would like to show as well. Okay, this is going to be a push up the plank for the upper body. So what we'll do with this one, we'll show you modified version. You'll be down on your knees, elbows, and many of us have seen a plank done. You'll keep your butt here. That's wrong, incorrect. We like to go here. So what'll happen, you'll bring your hand up under your chest like so. Then you'll go back down to your plank, and you'll hold it. And you want to hold it for about 1 second. And right back up. Now, the advanced version, of course, you come off of your kneecap. Up to your push-up, down to your plank. Use the alternative, the opposite hand. Go up, right back down. One more, up. And you're done.
So thank you so much, Jarrell. That was beautiful, and just some things that people can do at home where they don't have to have any exercise equipment, and they can get a great workout. And those two exercises, again, they are working which body parts?
The lunge is going to be your quadriceps, hamstrings.
Okay.
Okay, and also heart. Gets your heart rate up. The push-up to plank is going to be your chest.
Okay.
Core.
Okay.
So you have your push-up, chest for the pecs. Then you have your plank when we went down on the elbows for your core, lower back.
I love that.
Yep.
Awesome. If you want more information about Body Matrix by Jarrell, this is how you can find him. So give us your contact information.
Great. So we have bodymatrix@gmail.com, Body Matrix with 2 X's, or you can call me personally, 757-286-1307. Our address is 3878 Holland Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Hope to see you there.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching It's Life Changing. You've had some awesome information today. I hope you will use it. Let these messages of hope just empower you, change your life, because that's what we're trying to do here on It's Life Changing with me,